Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining today from the Better Business Bureau, BBB, Wisconsin. I don't know why I did that, but it sounds cool. Tiffany Schultz, still putting up with me each and every month. How you doing today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. Today we're going to talk about tips for recovering from scam. And I jokingly said, there's no more scams out there, right?
There's a lot of scams out there.
Yeesh. Yeah. So a lot of time we talk about this, about, what if you get scammed, what do you do? But this is going to be a little bit better, like if you've already been scammed and trying to come out of that, which is a tricky process. And there's a lot of different directions this is going to go. So we're going to give you the overview. And then, if you have any follow-up questions, certainly you can dig in more. But first off, scammers, they're after your money. They're after your identity. They're after anything they can get their hands on.
Usually they're after one of two things. They either want your money, which means your credit card, or they want your personal information to steal your identity to scam you later out of your money. So it all comes back to money.
Money, money, money. Oh, go figure. All right. So, let's start just with tips for protecting your identity. So, in general, you always give out a lot of great tips, but these are simple things that still work today, right?
To protect your identity, that's so important because you don't want to be scammed later. And one of the things that you can do is freeze your credit now. All you have to do is contact the credit bureaus. You can either pick up the phone or you can go online, freeze your credit. And what that means is that if somebody tries to open credit in your name, your identity has to be proven before that can happen. So they have to send you a notification saying that you're trying to open credit and you have to approve it. So it's a simple thing that can help protect your identity down the road.
And getting a free credit report is also kind of a not newer, but you can get those reports as well for free, which is a great thing.
Annualcreditreport.com is the official website. It's a BBB accredited business. There are other sites out there, but annualcreditreport.com is the true site, the official site, and the legitimate site that you should go to. You can pull your credit weekly if you want to, but we recommend that you pull it at least once a year, and it's completely free. Review what's on that report, and if there's any errors, you're going to want to clean them up because that can affect your identity down the road.
What about monitoring your accounts? People be like, I monitor my accounts.
It's so important to monitor those accounts, your bank account, your credit card statements. Don't just look at your bank statement and say, yep, looks about right. Because scammers really will try small dollar amounts to see if you notice, and then they'll continue with larger amounts. So if you don't address a smaller amount, maybe they've scammed you for hundreds of dollars before you've really realized it. So it's so important to go through those statements line by line and make sure that the purchases that are on there were made by you.
What about changing your password regularly? Now, we kind of talk about this once a year as kind of the spring cleanup, if you will, but why is that so important to do that?
Every 90 days is recommended to go ahead and change those passwords. You can use a password manager to make it easy for you, but some platforms will prompt you to change your password every 90 days. Don't use the same password across multiple platforms because if a scammer can get into one, they can try exactly the same password in another platform and get into your account. So when a scammer can access your accounts, whether it's email or if it's a bank account or a credit card, they can essentially become you and steal your financial information. So it's really important to protect your online footprint.
All right, so recovering from a scam. So now we'll switch here. You've been taken, so to speak. First one we'll talk about is the identity theft, and there's a process out there that's been identified by identitytheft.gov.
Identitytheft.gov is a great resource, and it'll take you step by step what you have to do if you've been scammed. It's put on by the Federal Trade Commission. It's a great resource that's out there. The Federal Trade Commission is the one who deals in identity theft. So if your identity has been stolen, it's hard to recover from, you're going to want to go to that website right away, identitytheft.gov. Not .com, not .org. You want to make sure you're on .gov.
Guess what? There's a spoof for the site for that, of course. So they'll steal your identity anyways. My goodness. All right. How about if you lost money to a retailer?
If you paid by credit card, contact your credit card company, dispute the charge. If you paid by debit card, you're going to want to contact your bank. If you've paid by a peer-to-peer app like PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Apple Pay, you're going to want to contact that platform that you paid with. There could be very limited options. In a lot of cases, when that money is spent, it's gone. So be aware of how you pay when you're making purchases.
And then you do recommend filing a complaint. So if it was a retailer and you're like, it doesn't work out the best, why would you want to file the complaint?
If you have a poor experience with a retailer, you're going to want to file a complaint on BBB.org. You definitely want something. So we can help facilitate that complaint for you and help you possibly get your money back. If it was a scam that you have encountered, maybe you've experienced lost money to, we want you to report that to us at bbb.org/scam tracker. Scam tracker is for the scams. Complaints are for a legitimate business that you want money back or a resolution to your problem.
I've asked you this 100 times, and I'm going to ask again. Why is it important to report it? Because I think a lot of people get calls every single day, get things all the time. They may even be being scammed as we speak.
It's just as important to report a scam as it is a power outage. So if you don't report it to us, we don't know about it, and we can't get that information out into the marketplace. Every month we talk about the scams that are taking place on here. We get that information out into the hands of consumers so that they can be made aware and not fall for the scam.
Man, it's a lot of good information. Still some simple step stuff, as mentioned, but they work. They work. And if you follow, kind of use that as your playbook, it can work. But you can always stay above and beyond, kind of keep up on the trends on what's going on by checking out your website and checking the scam tracker, which is always fun. It's fun to see what's kind of going on out there. I mean, not fun because it's disappointing, but you know what I mean.
Just don't answer the phone.
All right, I'm not taking any calls from you. I got it. All right, Tiffany, thank you so very much.
Thanks for having me today.